This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.
Steve Spiewak, we want to bring you back in to talk about that Florida class, and they're bolstered by two guys on the offensive side of the ball that you're going to talk about.
And Steve, you're not biased at all.
Well, they do have two offensive guys, but before I even get into them, you got to mention that they have the prerequisite horses on defense that have become mandatory to succeed in the SEC. They have a lot of great guys on the defensive side of the ball as well, but when you look at offense, it starts with two guys, running back Kelvin Taylor and wide receiver Ahmad Fullwood from Bishop Kenny High School in the Jacksonville area. Ahmad Fullwood is one of the top wide receivers in the country. He's been very productive for the past few seasons, and he's a guy that may be able to step in right away for Will Muschamp's offense. He's big. He can go up and get the ball. He's a smart route runner. There's very little not to like about him as a wide receiver. And then, of course, Kelvin Taylor has over, I think, 11,000 career yards from his 8th grade season until now, the son of Fred Taylor. We've talked about him, and many, many words have been written about him, and it's going to be exciting to finally see him take the college field because many people expect Kelvin Taylor to be a superstar, and it'll be interesting with Mike Gillislee graduating. Florida has recruited a number of good tailbacks in the past. They got Matt Jones from Armwood last year. There's a lot of competition for the running back spot at Florida, but Kelvin Taylor could step right in and compete right away, similar to Ahmad Fullwood, but it won't be easy for either one of those guys, given how well Florida continues to recruit.
No doubt, Will Muschamp doing quite a job there in Gainesville. So Florida might be winning the recruiting battle now, but it doesn't really matter until you get on the field, and that's going to happen on Saturday. Florida and Georgia, you can watch that game on CBS, and you can also check it out at cbs/cbssports.com. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You can catch it on CBS or on cbssports.com. The game on television at 3:30. You can pick up the pregame show on cbssports.com beginning at 3:15. So check out that action as Florida and Georgia go at it in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
I know what Steve and you and I will be doing Saturday at 3:30.
I have a very, very busy day on Saturday at 3:30.
Yes, and that's just tomorrow, believe it or not. And you're probably thinking, well, what else is going on? Well, we have our live look of the day, our second live look. Is this our second? Because it's just gone by so fast. There's been so many of them. Brought to you by PlayOnSportsNetwork.com. Right now, we're keeping an eye on Tucker High, 28, Miller Grove 13 in the fourth quarter right now.
You know, this is a Georgia Region 6 5A matchup. Both programs control their own destiny as they sit in a three-way tie right now with just 2 weeks to go in the season. So, Steve, although this is the regular season, many of these late-season games, they feel and look like playoff games.
They do. The interesting thing with this matchup, I think, is that this is a Class 5A game, but in previous years, Class 5A was the largest in the state of Georgia. But last year, the GHSA decided to expand to 6 classes, and so Georgia's largest class is now Class 6A. And as they expanded classes, some teams kind of moved up to 6A or dropped down to 4A. So this is kind of an interesting mix of teams. But Miller Grove, well known for their outstanding basketball program. Tucker is certainly an outstanding football program. The two teams are probably both behind Northside from Warner Robins in southern Georgia, which is 7-0 this year, and probably the favorite to capture the Class 5A state title.
You know, in this game right here, as we continue to watch Tucker High leading 28-13, Miller Grove just a week ago, they were fighting to see if they could get into the playoffs, but you know, now that they won last week, I mentioned that they were in a three-way tie for first place. You know, they are right there in the mix. They're ranked just outside the top 100 in the state, but really all it comes down to is can you get into the playoffs? And once you get in there, anything can happen. The Tucker Tigers, the past 5 years, there may be no better team in the state in their classification. 2 state titles, 2 semifinals appearances over the past 5 years. They are a powerhouse in the state of Georgia.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you're looking for some postseason football, the state of Georgia has it this year. Both Class 5A and Class 6A just loaded with some really exciting teams. This is definitely a state to watch heading into November and December. There's going to be some major games down the road coming up.
All right, we'll definitely keep our eye on Georgia. That live look brought to you by PlayOnSports.com. Once again, Tucker High up 28-13 right there with Miller Grove. And we're going to talk about our top plays right now. It is time. So please, drum rolls, please.
You can feel a little change in the studio right now, can you?
Feel the
There's
excitement.
energy. The weight of the world is on us right now.
On you.
We're going to take you 5 plays of the week. Let's start right now. Our first play comes to you and comes to us from Steele, Texas. This is Jalen Harris, who deeks, dikes, jukes, dukes, books all over the place. Look at all the moves the kid's got and somehow finds his way into the end zone. Let's watch that one more time. Look at all the moves the kid puts on. It's like he's wrapped in butter. People just can't get their hands on him. Are you kidding me?
Butter?
That is a touchdown for
Did
Jalen
you
Harris.
just say butter?
I said butter.
Okay.
Let's go to Ray Sharp and Andrew Jones. You know what? I didn't even get a chance to talk about the real beautiful part of this play, so we're going to wait for the replay. But it's a long touchdown there for Andrew James. But how does he get the ball? This is a designed bounce pass.
Boom. There you go.
Folks, that's Westminster Academy based out of South Florida. The coach said that they work on the bounce pass in practice.
No, they
You'd
don't.
think it was basketball, right?
I thought it would be a simple mistake.
No, he meant to throw the bounce pass. He threw it, and that's a touchdown. I sometimes joke and say that's just how they drew it up when it would look like an accident.
No,
That's
really
just
was
how they drew it up. It's
up.
amazing. All right, play number 3. Let's go to it right now, and let's check out Spirit Lake, Iowa. Cody Pooch. Watch the quarterback who handed off the ball, who's going to run right in front of him right here. And he's going to get a block that's going to spring him, and Cody is off to the races. He's going to get into the end zone, and it is going to break off all sorts of celebration. You know what? We're going to give it one more look on the replay because I want to give this quarterback his due. Look at him get out in front, lay the nice block, and Cody gets in the end zone. How about play number 4? Let's go to it right now. This is TJ Russell. Does he have it? He doesn't have it. He does. Whoop! Look what I've got. That's a touchdown. The defensive back had it a lot longer than he did. But in the end, TJ Russell catches it and scores the touchdown. And our 5th play of the week. This one comes to us from DeSoto, Texas. Desmond White is going to do his best Say Hey Willie Mays impression. Over the shoulder catch. Watch this.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love it. That is SWEET.
Sweet.
Sweet. Desmond White, you earn one of our plays of the week.
And those were Joanna Gomez's sound effects. And mi amigo, gracias. As always, great to hear those and see them. Now we have standing by. We're going to go to John Busby in Delaware, who is standing by